Well, hey folks, welcome to another episode of Real Country with Jeff and Melanie. And just thought I'd do a little video real quick on Tackle Box Tuesday. Yay! I wanted to do one on an antique lure I came across a couple of years back. Back in 1932, the world record bass, and to my knowledge it still stands to this day, was caught by Mr. George Perry at Old Montgomery Lake on a creek chub river run. And that lake, Old Montgomery Lake, don't even exist anymore. Dried up since '32. Mr. Perry caught the fish just trying to catch some food to eat, but he did get it weighed. It was on certified scale, and by the time everybody realized what he had done and came to him to let him know he had caught the world record fish, the story is he's already cleaned the fish and ate it, but they were able to find the head and the skeleton of the fish and that in the scales, and we had a 22-pound, 4-ounce world record, and to my knowledge it still stands to this day. But sometime back I was walking around and don't even remember where I was at. I want to say it was at a secondhand store, and I come across this little beauty. This is a Creek Chub Company lure. It has 3 sets of treble hooks. It has a metal bill to help it dive. You can tie your line on right here at the end of the bill, which is jointed, not jointed, but let's say bent in section. It comes out, drops down, then drops out again. Or you could tie it on top of its head. This crankbait is made out of wood because right before the bill, get in there close enough, you can see the paint is flaking and the wood is actually showing under the paint job. And it appears to have 2 glass eyes. Okay, let's see there. Stamped on the bill it says CCB Company, Garrett, Indiana, 9720. Well, I looked it up, and CCB Company is the Creek Chub Bait Company. The company was in business in Garrett, Indiana, and they started back in 1916, and I believe they were in business till about 1978 when they sold the company to someone else. This, if I'm not mistaken, is called a Creek Chub Pike lure. The description I found online said that the lure was 4 3/8 inches long, and I took my little handy dandy tape measure, and from the tip of the wood to the end of the lure, not counting the little metal bill, it is exactly 4 3/8 inches long. It appears to have glass eyes, and it is a wooden lure, and that matched up with the description I found on their website for the vintage lures. The best guess I can estimate, according to what I read online, that this lure was probably manufactured back around the mid-1930s. And I believe I paid $5 for it a few years ago. It's not the same lure that the world record bass was caught on, but it is from about the same time frame and the same company. So to me that meant something. Like I said, I have never fished this lure since I got it. I probably never will fish this lure. Let me get a little closer. The paint job is dingy, but like I said, there's the glass eyes, there's the metal bill. Underneath is a like a faded little red under here, and it shows signs of age. This lure was fished, but like I've said in previous videos, it's old, it's real wood, it's real metal, And I could fish it. I guarantee you it would hold up for many, many more days of fishing. But knowing my luck, I'd get a monster on, he'd dive and break it, and it's gone. And you can't get many of these anymore. I think that's cool. I've said it before. If it's old and it's metal and wood, that is cool. So, since I've had it, it's been hanging in my shop on a pegboard, bulletin board, and eventually when I get my little man cave or country club that I'm thinking about building in the back, one day I hope to build a glass case and take all of these antique lures I've got. Some are mine, some are my dad's, some are some I've just bought, and display them properly. As well as one day I probably will have my dad's fish from his house, and I'm going to put them on display behind a glass case because they were like my dad's Super Bowl rings, his trophies. But then again, it's just a short little video. There's tons of lures on the market. They're $4 or $5, $10 or $20 and up. I'm sure the new ones catch fish just as good. But some similar to these I used to fish with. I won't fish with them anymore just because they're getting old collector's items. But it's cool to find them. And if you're an outdoorsman, somebody enjoys hunting and fishing, it's nice to have you a few little mementos hanging around, collect dust, and reminds you of the good old days. And like this. This lure was made in the mid-30s. That's 30 years before I was even thought of. That's cool. I don't care who you are, that's good. But just thought I'd share that little Tackle Box Tuesday video with you. If you're interested in picking up old lures, they're still out there. You find them all the time at flea markets, yard sales, estate sales. You can pick them up for little or nothing. And like I said, they're just cool. You can take these things and display them and look back and imagine how many nice bass somebody caught with that lure. But folks, that's my little video. Just thought I'd throw that one out there for you. If you get a chance, go fishing, take a kid fishing. If you get into collecting the old stuff, you can get a lot of it for little or nothing. And you don't have to get a house full, but one or two little neat pieces is cool. On down the road, you can pass them to your kids or your grandkids, and hey, they might enjoy hanging it on their desk lamp one day. But till the next time we see you, hope you liked the video. Hope maybe a little bit of it was informative. If you will, hit the like button, hit subscribe, tell your friends, and in the good Lord's willing, the creek don't rise. We'll see y'all on down the road. Thank y'all. Good night.